Morning. I just wanted to spend a little bit of time going over the process for you to take the exam. As you know, the exam is due this Sunday. And I also wanted to make sure and be aware that I am making this for various classes. I'm showing the process for the exam, which is the same, but this may not be your class, or it may not be exactly what you have for your class. But generically, this is the way that the exams are taken um, um, in this class, in this fully online class, or even if it's a hybrid. Now, this is where you will go into the front, into the home page. Again, depending on the class, it may look a little bit different. You can get to the exam in various ways. One way is for you to go into the modules, and you will go into this week, which is when the exam is due. There you will see the exam, the little space shuttle there, whatever that is, indicates that that's the exam. What you do, you want to click on that. All right. Now, be careful with the instructions. It may not show entirely everything the way I'm recording this, but you are to answer so you are going to be presented with a question, and you are to provide the best answers from the choices given. Again, it is possible that, and I try to avoid that, but it's possible that one of the questions, there might be one or two questions that are, you know, fairly accurate. But again, you still want to choose the one that is the best, particularly in the event that there might be multiple answers, or multiple questions, multiple answers that could be true. But again, you want to choose the best. Again, just like any other exam. There are 30 questions. Each is worth 3.3 points. The last one, I believe, is about 4 points or so to make sure they're up to 100. You're going to have 3 opportunities to take the exam. You can take it 3 times. The score that you will get will be the highest, perhaps the last one. Now, you won't see the answers, but you will know which ones you got wrong when you took the exam. Now, also to prevent issues, and again, this is a warning as well, that this exam will not be available after the deadline. So if you miss the deadline, unlike some of the other assignments that we have, you may not be able to take the exam. And so if that is the case, now if you know ahead of time you're going to have an emergency, I guess you wouldn't have an emergency, right? But if you did get an emergency and you couldn't take the exam by the deadline, you need to talk to me immediately, as soon as you're able, so we can make arrangements, just like you would in a regular face-to-face class. Now, if you know ahead of time, and I know some of you have requested a few specific things, I can make arrangements to work that out in the exam. But anyway, be very careful, because you may not be able to take the exam after the deadline, September the 20th. Now, I can't really take the exam, but I'm just simply going to show you what the questions look like. For instance, and I'm just going to do this real quickly, and then I'm gonna cancel it. I'm not going to take the actual test. So if I was to take the quiz, you'll click on that, and it will immediately take you to the question. This is a typical question, like I say, depending on your class. So what you will want to do, this is what you are presented with. Right? So you are to choose again the best answer from those 5 presented to you. and then you are going to click the correct answer at the bottom. And you're going to do that for every single question. So again, there are 30 questions worth about 3.3 points each. And again, you'll have 90 minutes to complete it. You'll have a time, and I think it's kind of hard to see that. But you see the running time on the right that'll indicate to you how much time you have left. So again, once you sit down, again, this is basically an open test, open notes, open book question exam. So you need to make sure that you time yourself with all of your items that you need for you to take the exam. So once you go through all of the questions, then once it is completed, then you'll just take it and then you will submit it. All right. Again, I'm going to sort of get out of this because I'm not a student. I'm not taking it. So, but again, if you were to do this, if you were to say like what I just did here, I mean, like say I'm not taking it here, but if you were to say start it and then leave, that would count as one of your one of the times that you can take it. So you will only have 2 more left. So be real careful with that situation. You can again also access it by going into the assignments, and there you will find upcoming assignments. You can hit again the same way we did earlier. You can hit the exam right there, and go to the process again. In some cases, it may allow you to resume it like you see here. But again, the clock continues, and again, I'm not taking it, so I'm not concerned about that. All right. So anyway, that's the process for you to take the exam. Now, here's a few warnings about it. Some of you may decide you may want to cheat. Let's put it straight up. That you may want to talk to some of your peers in the class and share answers. Again, we have ways to figure out what is going on with you. Are you taking the exam? And if you are caught, you will face serious consequences. The minimum one would be you get a 0 on the exam, but because you are violating policies regarding integrity, you may face additional consequences. At the same time, there's also measures to prevent you from doing that. The questions and the order of the questions may not be the same for the exam that you're taking and compared to the person that perhaps you may be trying to share the answers from. So again, be very careful with that. Again, it's a very limited amount of time. You're not going to have too much time to do all that. Anyway, so again, if you have any questions, you can inbox me, but you should be able to get access. The exam is now live. And I keep mentioning this fact that while I make the deadlines over the weekend, it doesn't mean that I'm forcing you to do stuff over the weekend. As you starting with this exam, it's only available a week. So you perhaps can start out today, but you have until Sunday night. Again, it doesn't mean, I know how it is, so you'll probably wait until the last few minutes or the last hour before the deadline. Remember that with this an exam situation, you face the risk of missing the deadline or not completing it in time for the deadline. Be very careful with that. I know how it happens, but again, try to get it in as quick as you feel ready for. In the case of the California geography class, you are, I will be finishing up the lecture for chapter 4, but you'll know that I have all the information will be updated, and I'm adding some stuff as we speak for you to be ready to prepare for the exam. All right. Any questions? Email me, message me. Many of you, particularly in a few of the colleges, are using Pronto. You can use that as well. Just be aware that I'm not going to be there Sunday night just waiting for people to send me panic questions because they decided to put it off and now they're getting desperate. So I am in here quite a bit, but I'm not on the computer all the time. All right, take care. Have a good day.